Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moonshine himself.
Of Harlem.
Dímelo, mi gente. ¿Qué lo que? You, AKA Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, on the road. Let me know if you hear me good, if you hear me clear. Let me know in the chat. Shout out to everybody joining in. This gonna be a little might be a controversial, maybe live. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna break it down logically and objectively, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people have their opinions on what have transpired in the 135-pound division when Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko. A lot of people understand that when Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko, it was for everything. The best fighting the best. Champion versus champion. The only credible champions that was going up against one another. A lot of people didn't understand the WBC shenanigans when they elevated Vasily Lomachenko as the WBC franchise. And I know that we have spoken a lot about this, but I think that you have never heard Mr. Moonshine speak about it the way I'm going to speak about it today. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. I know there's been controversial. I know there's people that has felt a certain way. Teofimo Lopez undisputed. Teofimo Lopez now undisputed. Disputed the undisputed. He should be undisputed, but the WBC effed up. He should be undisputed, but this and this and that. I believe that it is not disputed that in the end of the day, whether you want to identify Teofimo Lopez as former lightweight undisputed, or you want to identify him as not undisputed, you know, and I know, that the only one that actually got played, if you call Teofimo Lopez undisputed, is Teofimo Lopez. Right? Whether you're a fan or not, whether you're a hater or not, you understand that Teofimo Lopez, regardless of anything, he got hoodwinked and he got played. How did he got hoodwinked? See, your boy, Mr. Moonshine, you know, I never express it this way, but I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you proof on how Teofimo Lopez hoodwinked, how Teofimo Lopez has the reason to be frustrated the way that he has been frustrated as of late. It was Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko that got in the ring. Market this fight as undisputed. When Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko, it was celebrated as undisputed. At the same time, a lot of people didn't credit Devin the Dream Haney for being for holding the belt, because he was actually a belt holder. Not necessarily he fought to be a champion. Some people gave Devin Haney the benefit of the doubt. Some people wanted to spin the narrative that no, that Devin Haney is a real champion. Some people, as does myself, said no, he's an email champion. I cannot allow myself to credit Devin Haney at the time as a champion while I see other guys put their blood, sweat, and tears and actually fought and earned to be a champion and be called a champion. Whether you like it or not, at that time, Teofimo Lopez, Vasily Lomachenko in the 135-pound division fought to be a champion, earned to be a champion. Whether it was for a vacant belt, like Lomachenko won it with Luke Campbell, or whether it was Teofimo Lopez when he beat Richard Comey that night in Madison Square Garden when he knocked him out in the second round. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. You ain't gonna hear it like this. Ain't nobody gonna talk about this situation like the way your boy Mr. Moonshine is gonna be talking about it. Nobody's gonna say, I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, because at the end of the day, the people that really got played was the fighter. And the guy that got played the most is Teofimo Lopez. And not only that he's getting played, to this day, he is still getting played, still getting hoodwinked, still getting disrespected. And some of y'all gonna be like, yo, but all right, this is punch run boxing. You know, he's gonna side with Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? That's his boy, that's his boy. Like I said, I break it down on Bosky logically and objectively. He's his own man, I'm my own man. Just like everybody else in the chat, just like everybody else in the sport of boxing. But I'm gonna break it down on Bosky logically and objectively. I'm all about preserving the sport of boxing, preserving the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. Again, I'm gonna say it again. couldn't allow myself to credit Devin Haney as a champion while there was other champions, other fighters that earned to be called a champion, earned to be a champion, and fought to become one. Now, I want you to listen up real close. A lot of you seen and heard when Teofimo Lopez was on my channel, had the interview. You seen that he was frustrated. And yes, I believe that Teofimo Lopez has been frustrated for a long time. I feel like Teofimo Lopez, I give him the benefit of the doubt for saying the things that he has said. Even if it's coming out of frustration, I think that he should be 100% frustrated with the way that he's been respected and received. At the end of the day, even now, he's going to be fighting June 10th. He's going to be fighting Josh Taylor. And we can honestly say that Josh Taylor is the riskier fight out of everybody in this in the era. Those names that's attached to Teofimo Lopez. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. Let's break it down serious. This is serious. I'm breaking it down serious. If y'all want to troll on it, troll on your own. But I want you to humble yourself and actually understand what I'm about to say, what I'm about to share with y'all. There's a lot of people that said, yo, but Teofimo Lopez was not recognized by the other belt federations. Am I right? There was people in this community, in the boxing community, that was saying that some of them were saying, you know what, man, no, he's not undisputed because the other belt federations did not recognize Teofimo Lopez. Now, I pride myself in my work. I pride myself in how I elevated the channel and created this channel. And I also pride myself in doing my due diligence to speaking to whoever I need to speak to get the answers that I want, that I need to, you know, the answers to my questions, whether it's behind the scenes or whether it's on the panel, because some people in the sport of boxing, they don't want to be interviewed. Some people in the sport of boxing may tell you something behind the scenes. Some people in the sport of boxing may tell you something and say off the records. But in this situation, it was not off the records. When I spoke to the WBO president, Paco, in the in fight week during Teofimo Lopez versus George Camboso, and I was with the WBC ambassador, and I was eating pizza. Now, we was in the bar. I think he was eating pizza. The WBC ambassador and Paco, the president of the WBO. And I asked Paco a question that we've been debating and asking ourselves and debating and having dialogue around that time. I asked Paco, is Teofimo Lopez undisputed? Paco replied to me, everybody knows that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. He didn't want to be interviewed, but yet he didn't say off the records. And then I asked Paco, no, I'm asking this. I said, I know he's undisputed. But in YouTube, they say that the other belt federation doesn't recognize him and it's not in their website. Paco replied to me, says, everybody knows that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. And he said, the people in YouTube, he said, the people in YouTube are idiots. And then the WBC ambassador said, "Hey, no, but this is Punch Drunk Boxing. He got a good channel. He got a good channel. He got a good channel. And he's a good guy. He's very fair." And Paco said, "You know what I mean?" And I said, "But if you know that he's undisputed, why wouldn't it be on your website?" I've asked Paco just like I'm asking what the people wanted to ask, what answers to, right? He said, and I'm always going to use this because I think that is very real in the sport of boxing. He says, the business of boxing is none of the fans' business. I think that's going to be a quote that I'm never going to forget in the sport of boxing. Like I knew the answer before he even said it, because I have advised fighters. I have gotten fighters signed to management company and things of that nature. I've read contracts, and those who know knows the couple of fighters that I put on. So I'm very educated and have my experience in the business of boxing. Shout out to Henry La Bazooka Cedeno Martinez. He's gonna be performing. He's gonna be performing May 13th this week. Shout out to him, one of the fighters that I advised and helped sign with Kenny Porter. So when Paco told me everybody knows that he's undisputed, and again I said, so why is not in the website and why don't I recognize it publicly? He said, the business of boxing is none of the fans' business. Yeah, at the end of the day, everybody behind the scenes know what Teofimo Lopez was. Yeah, it does a disservice to him by not recognizing him. Everybody, I'm talking about every belt federation, not just Mauricio Sudamon, publicly recognizing him as undisputed. But what it does a disservice to Teofimo Lopez is that publicly they didn't all recognize him, but behind the scenes they recognized him. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's one way that he got effed up. And let me show you what Orisha, what's good, Cesar. Let me show you right quick. Let me stop on the red light so I could post this picture up right quick so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. This is Teofimo Lopez WBO belt. This is Teofimo Lopez WBO belt. Give me 1 second. This is Teofimo Lopez WBO strap. On the side of the strap, this is a Teofimo Lopez WBO strap. What do you read, ladies and gentlemen? It says Teofimo Lopez Jr., the takeover became undisputed October 17th, 2020, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Teofimo Lopez WBO strap. This is Teofimo Lopez WBO strap. The WBO understand that he was undisputed, but publicly it ain't recognized. While Teofimo Lopez is out there fought for it and telling the whole world and even Top Rank and ESPN promoting him as undisputed, behind the scenes in the business of boxing, everybody know he's undisputed. Yet, publicly, they do a disservice. They did a disservice by not recognizing him publicly. This is not the WBC strap. This is the WBO strap. And on the table, he got all his straps. This was the WBO strap. He also got elevated as Super WBO champion. That Friday, he got elevated as Super WBO champion by the WBO. That Friday before he fought George Camboso. These are the facts. These are the facts that people want to ignore, but I'm not going to ignore it. Let me tell you. All right, now these are the belt federations that have played and hoodwinked Teofimo Lopez publicly, because they didn't recognize him publicly, but behind the scenes and his belts, he's undisputed. But because they didn't recognize him publicly, these belt federations, they put the people in ambiguity. You gave the green light for others to disrespect him, to devalue him, to tell him that he was not undisputed, right? Now, let's say Suave he said he was never undisputed, bro. Let's break it down. Let's humble ourselves. This is the live that tells you how he got played. And there's fans like Suave feels the same way. He don't recognize him because the way that he got played. That's the disservice that Teofimo Lopez have to go through, not only by guys like Suave Cashmere, but a lot of people that felt like Suave Cashmere. That's what boxing did to Teofimo Lopez. That's what boxing did. I'm talking about from the networks, promotional company, and the belt federations. I'm breaking out unboxing logically and objectively. If the belt federations want to look at Punch Drunk Boxing and be like, oh, you effed up, is the promotional company, and there's people going to be like, oh, we're not going to give Punch Drunk media credentials because the way that he's saying, if y'all don't want me to keep it real, how about y'all clean yourself up and y'all keep it real? How about y'all clean yourself up and keep it real? Don't get mad at me because I'm exposing the truth. In the end of the day, it's the fighter that actually risks his life that's getting played. And the thing is, there's fans, that is hardcore boxing fans that seen the fight, understand the magnitude of the fight, and by guys like Suave and other people by saying he was not real undisputed, you give the politics of boxing a green light. You give them a pass. You give the corruption and the politics of boxing a pass. Any of you that keep on saying that he was not undisputed, you have enabled the belt federations, the networks, the promotional companies, and y'all rather shit on the fighter that actually risked his life to earn to be called a champion, an undisputed champion, the king of that division, or whatever y'all want to call it, as the supreme being of that division. Now, let me show you something else. Let's move on. Y'all remember this? When Top Rank ESPN posted their undisputed champions, in the 4-belt era, they have Bernard Hopkins, Jermaine Taylor, Terrence Bud Crawford, Alexander Usyk, Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor, Canelo Alvarez, George Camboso, and Jamel Charlo. Now, of course, y'all know that Teofimo Lopez got defeated by Camboso, so they put him on the list. They put Teofimo Lopez. That's the way that Top Rank and ESPN promoted Teofimo Lopez. Until Devin Haney showed up. Now, there's going to be people out there that be like, hey, yo, Punch, man, what's going on with Teofimo Lopez? And his comment with the black fighters, oh, he's jealous of Devin Haney. Oh, man, he's envious of Devin Haney. The reason why, and I'm going to give you like this. In my opinion, I think that Teofimo Lopez should, in my opinion, he shouldn't look at Devin Haney's business, Shakur business, Keyshawn Davis business, Jared Anderson, or whoever's business. Just look at your business. That's my opinion. But the reason why I understand that Teofimo Lopez may have this little grudge or little, maybe call it hate. If you want to call it displeasure, call it displeasure. If you want to call him that he look at Devin Haney as fake or whatever, it's because Teofimo and played and devalued at homewinked in the expense of Devin Haney. And that's why I'm interpreting and I'm assuming is the reason why Teofimo Lopez feels the way he feels. It's because he's getting played in the YTBC as an undisputed. When people were saying that you got to fight Devin Haney is the real WBC champion. To devalue Devin Haney, to devalue Teofimo Lopez, they use Devin Haney. To devalue his former status today is in the expense of Devin Haney. I could see why Teofimo Lopez feels the way that he feels about Devin Haney, but in all reality, it's really the business. Now, let me share this. in the press release of Vasily Lomachenko and Devin the Dream Haney, they note this. I'm sorry. Let me put it like this. I'm sorry. Man, it ain't upload. My God. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna upload it right now, y'all. Give me 1 second. Read along. This is the press release for Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko, and I want you to read along. Two of boxing's pound-for-pound best will battle for lightweight supremacy as Devin the Dream Haney defends his undisputed crown against Ukraine's three-division world champion Vasily Lomachenko on Saturday, May 20th at the MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. They said, you see how they say Devin the Dream Haney undisputed, in which he's rightfully is. Devin Haney is the lightweight undisputed. No dispute. No hate. He's earned it. He went to Australia. He beat George Camboso to become undisputed. Are you following along with me? Just follow along. Just follow along, my beautiful people. Just follow along. I'm just breaking it down on bossy logically and objectively. This is no hate towards Teo, no hate towards Devin. This is how these fighters are getting played, but but primarily Teofimo Lopez has got played, and many of you have given the pass to the politics and the corruption of boxing while you witness this young man fight and earn the right to be called undisputed. Now let me share this. On a press release, while they announced Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez, this is the way they promote Josh Taylor. Read along. Josh Taylor, the Taunton Tornado, is the former undisputed junior welterweight champion, having collected all 4 major titles in a remarkable 4-fight run that includes wins over Ivan Barichek, Regis Prograis, and Jose Ramirez. You see how they acknowledge Josh Taylor as undisputed. ESPN Top Rank, you see how they acknowledge Josh Taylor as undisputed. You see how ESPN Top Rank acknowledge Devin Haney as undisputed. In the same press release to the June 10th, Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. Now, the same people that promoted Teofimo Lopez as undisputed, the same people that market Teofimo Lopez as undisputed, the same people that marbled Teofimo Lopez as undisputed, this is how the industry thinks of him now. Teofimo Lopez is the former unified and lineal lightweight champion of the world. In December 2019, he captured the IBF title with an explosive second-round knockout of Richard Comey. The following October, he bested pound-for-pound king Vasily Lomachenko to win his WBA, WBO, WBC franchise title. All of a sudden, the same people that lift him up, the same people that advertise that he's undisputed, the same people that market that he was undisputed, the same people that told the whole world of boxing and the sports industry that the fight with him and Vasily Lomachenko was undisputed. Now, because of the expense of Devin Haney, and now that Devin Haney is going to be fighting Vasily Lomachenko, which we all know that's top-ranked Golden Goose, Vasily Lomachenko, and now that Devin Haney is signed with Top Rank, they have played Teofimo Lopez in the expense of Devin Haney. Now he's no longer undisputed in their eyes. Now they referred him as the former unified and lineal lightweight champion. As you can see, Taylor undisputed, Devin Haney, undisputed. Teofimo Lopez, unified champion. This was them before. This is the press release of Top Rank ESPN. Before, they acknowledged Teofimo Lopez as undisputed. Fast forward to today, they don't acknowledge him as undisputed when they send the press release all over the world. Teofimo Lopez is just a former unified lightweight champion. Now, there's going to be his haters. There's going to be like, ha ha. There's going to be his haters. Shout out to HLD in the building. What's good, HLD? Let me look at it a little bit. I'm driving, y'all. Rapstar Boxing 9 is the voice of the UK London, bruv. Say sa. What's good? Now, when y'all hear Teofimo Lopez, and you hear the frustration in Teofimo Lopez, does he have a point? Do you understand his frustration? Should he be angry? Should he be mad that his own people that's supposed to be promoting him now is promoting it as a former unified champion? Is it fair? Do you understand his frustration? Do you understand that now Teofimo Lopez is getting played by the same people? This is just the facts. These are not my words. I didn't type this. I didn't promote this. No, I sent it this. This is the reason why. And then, peep this. Now, if y'all want to understand it or not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just breaking it down unbiologically and objectively, because people want to understand. People like to say, "Oh, yo, Teofimo Lopez, what's going on? What's on his mind, yo? Why his mental state, man? Hey, yo, man, he need to stop thinking about others, man. Yo, what's going on with Teo, yo? Just focus on the fight with Josh Taylor. Yeah, he's focused on the fight with Josh Taylor. Yeah, he's training, having 3 times a day. But how could he focus fighting under a banner that actually played him in front of the world? The Belt Federation did not recognize him, and now his own promotional company sent a press release as Teofimo Lopez as former unified lightweight champion of the world. And guess who's the only one that's standing there looking like he got played? Yo, that's an equivalent. Yo, that's an equivalent of a woman that you was with that had a baby, and she told you that the baby was yours, and then you go to Maury because somebody said they disputing that your baby now might be yours. And you say, no, that's my baby, mine. That's my woman. That's my wife. That's my woman. That's my wife. I'm the only one in it. I'm the only one that effed her. I'm the only one that made love to her. And then the people in the block is saying, nah, bro. Hey, yo, your kid don't look like you, bro. Your kid don't look like you, bro. That ain't yours, man. Yo, what you talking about? Now he's fighting the people. That same dude in the block is fighting the people, fighting his own friend, his own family. Yo, what you talking about? That's not my son. That's my son. That's my daughter. And then you be like, you know what? Let me go to Maury, man. And then Maury takes out the envelope and says, Teo, you are not the father. You are not undisputed. That's what TR just did to Teofimo Lopez. That's what the business of boxing did to Teofimo Lopez right now. You are not. They went to Maury. They opened up the envelope. You are not undisputed. Now do you understand the frustration of Teofimo Lopez? He got robbed from his glory. He got robbed by his glory by his own. And then when you hear Teofimo Lopez and say all these corruptions and all these stuff, you're looking at him like he's the one with the problem. Nah, man. The whole industry is a problem, bro. Teofimo Lopez got played, bro. By the belt federations, by the networks, and the promotional company. On the biggest night of his career, on the biggest accomplishment that you could have, they hoodwinked him. They hoodwinked him. He probably paid sanctioning fees to the WBC franchise. If he got $3 million of the George Camboso, he probably paid $60,000 to $90,000 for the WBC franchise. Mauricio Sulaiman won't take it back. Nobody's holding the WBC franchise anymore. Some of y'all may be like, well, Devin Haney, he let go of the franchise. The laughing stock is Teo. Teofimo Lopez said before he faced Vasily Lomachenko, because he heard the WBC and Mauricio Sulaiman said that the WBC franchise is put above any champion in their respective division. When Lomachenko had the franchise, Mauricio Sulaiman stated leading up to the fight with Teofimo Lopez that the WBC franchise is put above any champion in their respective promotional company. Teofimo Lopez did not like the franchise, just like we didn't like the franchise. Teofimo Lopez did not like the franchise, just like we didn't like the franchise. But if you're telling him and the whole world that this is the new super title, just like the WBA super title, when Floyd Mayweather got elevated as the super champion when he was supposed, when Keith and Tom Thurman was supposed to be the mandatory, and they elevated Floyd Mayweather as a super champion, the same thing, the WBC franchise, like the WBC Super. As the WBC Super, Teofimo Lopez said, wait. That's the destination, right? But nah. If you're saying the WBC franchise is put above any belt on your franchise, then put that belt on the line. Teofimo Lopez people made the WBC. Hey, yo, wait. If you're saying that the WBC franchise is put above any title, you put that belt on the line, because y'all not going to play me with the undisputed. And what the WBC did, grant the petition, change the rules, and have an official belt. And that's why you seen 2 WBC belts when he won. That's why you saw 2 belts when he won. And after all of that, because the expense of Devin Haney now with Top Rank and going to be fighting Vasily Lomachenko, they have 2 build-up fights, ladies and gentlemen. They have 2 build-up fights. They have Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, and then in several weeks after that, they have Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. So Top Rank and ESPN, they're promoting 2 big fights around the same time. But the story has to make sense for them, or they're gonna look stupid. So what happens now? How can Teofimo Lopez be former undisputed? Devin Haney is the current undisputed. How's everything? How could Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez be the same type of undisputed? It's all confusing, right? Who gets disrespected? Teofimo Lopez. It's the way that he feels. Y'all think it's effed up? Y'all think it's funny that the guy that actually risked it all is the guy that get played, right? Because maybe it feeds your narrative. Maybe you don't like Teo. is it fair that the kid that beat Richard Comey and the WBC had to do some idiotic-ish and elevate Vasily Lomachenko? They didn't have to elevate Vasily Lomachenko to any WBC franchise because they wanted that greedy money. They wanted the WBC new sanctioning fee. Just like Kambosos had to pay for that sanctioning fees of the WBC franchise, and Devin Haney had to pay, didn't even have to pay for it. You have to marvel. You had to give credit to Devin Haney's business handlers. Because at the end of the day, Devin Haney is the guy that didn't get effed. He didn't get played. While everybody was crucifying Devin Haney because he didn't earn the title, because of that title that he never earned, is the reason why he put himself in position to fight George Kambosos. You had to shame George Kambosos. See, you could shame George Kambosos and say you're not the real undisputed. That's what Devin Haney told Teofimo Lopez. You're not the real undisputed. I got a belt. And Teo saying, man, please, man, you ain't win that belt. You an email champ. Tank called Devin Haney an email champ. Ryan Garcia called Devin Haney an email champ. Shakur Stevenson, everybody called Devin Haney an email champ. Yet that email champ is now the undisputed. That email belt is what gave the opportunity for Devin Haney to shame anybody in the lightweight division, whether it's Teo or whether it's George Kambosos. You gotta fight me because you're not a real undisputed. Devin Haney gets the opportunity. Now he's undisputed. He signs with Top Rank, the same promotional company that built Teofimo Lopez. And now Teofimo Lopez fighting a riskier fight than Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. Fighting a riskier fight than anything that Shakur Stevenson and Yoshino. I could understand the frustration of Teofimo Lopez. Matter of fact, I give Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all gotta have morals. I don't know many of you, yet I wouldn't want none of y'all to get played. Not like that. Teofimo Lopez has gotten played by the people that were supposed to protect him and what he's earned. You remember, and I said this about Devin Haney, I did a video. What they give it, they take it away. They gave a perception, they marketed it, they promoted it, they took money from him. He paid sanctioning fees for a belt that doesn't mean shit nowadays. Nobody holds no WBC franchise. There is no WBC franchise in the sport of boxing. Teo probably paid the most sanctioning fees for that franchise. He got played by the WBC. He got federation that behind calls him an undisputed, but publicly didn't call him an undisputed. Played by the network right now, and TR. Now, this is TR, ESPN. This is how they see Teo now. Now, Teofimo Lopez has to, the more he goes and does interviews and say, yo, I'm undisputed. Not even ESPN and Top Rank is saying you undisputed, Teo. This is what I'll tell Teo. Teo, my brother, if you're listening, my brother, as a fan, as a friend, this is what I would like Teofimo Lopez to do. I want Teofimo Lopez. I expect Teofimo Lopez to train, be focused, relax, happy, going into the fight with Josh Taylor. Do what you need to do by any means necessary to get the W. I mean, in a positive way, you know what I'm saying? I don't want him to bite nobody's neck like Edgar Belango, Mike. I don't want him to, no juice and nothing like that. All right, you just do your best to compete versus Josh Taylor, win, and after, and I expect Teofimo Lopez, and I predict Teofimo Lopez to win. And when he wins, you go for the bag. You go for the bag. You look after yourself. Don't care about the legacy. You already beat Josh Taylor. You beat Lomachenko. You go after the bag. You do what Gervonta Tank Davis is praised of doing. Tio, they saying that Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the face of boxing. He don't need belts. He don't need elite champions to fight to grant him the face of boxing, or even in a conversation. Teofimo Lopez after Josh Taylor, go for the bag. If you need to fight 5 guys that's ranked number 11 or 15, you do what you do. Because the industry don't respect you. They played you. And the expense, you paid fees. They making you look like you got the problem. They making you look like you got that you're mentally ill. But it's been the corruption and the politics and the stupidity of everybody involved that has got this fighter that was willing to risk it all. Willing to be that retro type of fighter that we all ask for these fighters to be. I want these fighters to fight like they was back in the days. What happened? I want these fighters to be like Roberto Duran. I want these fighters to be like Sugar Ray Leonard. I want them to compete. I want them to challenge themselves. Teofimo Lopez, the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief. He fought. He became champion at 15 fights. Fought the Vasily Lomachenko as an underdog, back-to-back. Didn't over-marinate a fight. Didn't need to build up. He beat Richard Comey, knocked him out. Went straight to a Lomachenko fight. No fans. I want this now. He left out of there with $500K. Underpaid. $500K for the fans, for the legacy. Everything you ask for from a fighter to risk it all, to challenge himself. The best fighting the best. Teofimo Lopez did it without even marinating it. Teofimo Lopez did it without even marinating it. We're still waiting on Buck Crawford or Earl True Spence. We waited 6 years for Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. We're still waiting for Usyk and Tyson Fury. We waited for AJ and Deontay Wilder. Teofimo Lopez said, give me the little skimpy money. Didn't even make $1 million to fight Vasily Lomachenko. Risked it all for him all of a sudden to get played. And then you want to ask yourself, what's wrong with Tio? Why is he like this? Why is he so frustrated? Why is he so mad and so angry and leashing his frustration over everybody? It's because this young man was given what we wanted each and every fighter to do, and he got played by the industry. And most of you gave the industry the benefit of the doubt. You left Teofimo Lopez hanging. You sided with the Belt Federation. You laughed at him. Ha ha ha, you're not undisputed. You took it away from him. Y'all took it away from him. Teofimo Lopez, don't fight for the fans. As a fan and as as a big bro, don't fight for the fans ever again. I asked Teofimo Lopez that week before George Kambosos. Yes, he was not fit to fight. Everybody knows that, and everybody knows that. But whether you want to believe it or not, I don't got to lie on nothing. He was not fit to fight. I asked Teofimo Lopez, yo, why you going to fight? And Teo said, I want to do it for the fans. I said, man, that's why I call you the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, man, bro. Man, I can't. I don't want to postpone this fight because if I do, man, you know, I don't want to hear it, man. I just got to do it for the fans. Motherfucker ain't say I got to do it for the money. He said I got to do it for the fans. I respected that when Teofimo Lopez said that, and the way that he said that, like, give chills because you respect him as a warrior. After the backlash of everything that he's done thus far in his young career, Teofimo Lopez, my brother, never fight for the fans ever again. Never fight for the legacy ever again. The fake legacy that they have. Fight for the money. Take care of yours. Take care of your son. Take care of your family. Stay loyal. Stay faithful to your dad. Stay loyal. Stay faithful to you. Play the game like they playing you. That's it. This is business. This is entertainment. Your legacy got watered down by your own. Perform for you. Perform. As a matter of fact, perform for those kids that look up to you. That they're only in it, you know what I'm saying, for you to entertain them and inspire them and motivate them. Do it for the youngins. Do it for the people in Honduras. Do it for the people from New York and Florida. Do it for the kids. Do it for the youth. Do it for those juvenile detention centers that you go and speak to. And inspire those. It's just like DMX said. DMX said, what was his quote when he was talking? He said, I'm a rapper, not an industry rapper. Don't be an industry fighter. Fight for the people. Outside of the sport of boxing. That's what I mean. These guys, everybody in the sport of boxing seen what they have done to you. Everybody in the sport of boxing seen what they have done to you, bro. Don't sacrifice your life for a cesspool of a boxing industry like this. Don't satisfy the haters. Don't prove the haters wrong. Prove your supporters right. I'm tired of these fighters always trying to say, I got to prove the haters wrong. Watch me prove the haters wrong. The haters worship the devil. The haters are Satan's army. The greater you are, the more hate you're going to get. Haters ain't going to just stop hating because you do something great. The greater you are, the more that they hate. So never try to prove haters wrong. And that goes for everybody in the chat. Never try to prove haters wrong. Look at myself. I got so much haters in this community. I got haters in this community. They try to trademark the name, try to make videos, try to come with narrative stories. They try to bring me down. But you know what? They hate couldn't outwork the truth. The hate had no muscle. The hate had no stamina. Don't approach life or what you need to accomplish dictated by the haters. Or I get motivated by the hate. Nah, I'm gonna tell you like this. If you are a person, if you are an athlete that says that you're motivated by the hate, that you're motivated to prove the haters wrong, then the devil is your daddy. Because now the devil dictates your motives. The devil dictates your inspiration. The devil dictates your motivation. I'm going to say it again. If you are a person or an athlete that's trying to earn and be successful, and your motives is because you want to prove your haters wrong, how about you prove that God is right? How about you prove that God made no mistakes? How about you prove your haters right rather than your haters wrong? Because all you're doing is letting the devil and Satan's army dictate your motivation. You said that poll is loaded. I can't even see the poll, man. What? Hey, yo, anybody right now? Cause I'm driving. Yo, what's the poll right now? What's the poll? What's the poll? What the poll says? Cause anybody tell me right now? Cause I'm driving, so I can't look. I can't look at the poll right now. Cause anybody tell me right quick the percentage of the poll right now? What's the percentage of the poll? Shout out to T.O. Says I'm reading right now. There's a little traffic right now, so I can look right now. I can look at the chat right now. Reach and Dodo was good, man. He said, yes, sir. Haters always gonna hate. Petty BS. Facts. Ricky said, tell him punch. Yeah, I already know, man. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Ricky. It's unfortunate. You know what it is? Why I speak on it? Because it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we know the truth. It's unfortunate that we know that what the circumstances. We know that, you know, at that time, Devin Lomachenko beat Luke Campbell. He was the champion, was elevated by the WBC. Whether we like what the WBC did or not, if we respect it, we all hated it. We all identify what it was. Those of you, man, contradict yourselves. We all want these fighters to challenge themselves and strive to be the best. But if striving to be the best, you're going to get fucked over in this. Remember, I always say that boxing is a gangster's playground, bro. Gangster's a gangster's playground. It has no morals. There's no more morals. I believe that hardcore boxing fans, some of us that's unbiased, logically and objectively, that want to preserve the sport of boxing, preserve these modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators, that truly respect fighters, that truly, genuinely respect fighters. They're like, yeah, we could joke around and stuff like that, predict, you know, joke around, crack on fighters here and there. But for the most part, we have respect for the ones that we have generally respect for the fighters. They got love for the fighters, that understand their sacrifices and risk. It's the reason why we love the sport. The people that don't steal fights and pay that pay-per-view. So, because you know it's going to go into the pockets of fighters. We all know how they did T.O. They did T.O. wrong, bro. And those of you that said he was not undisputed, the reason why I always and will always say he's undisputed is because I identify the bullshit and the politics. I identify it. I would not be one of those guys that took that moment away from him. I would not allow, not on my channel, not on my panel, anyone to take what he did. I'm not going to let nobody take that away from him, because I identify what those the powers that be did, and they continuously doing. I identify the fuckery. Y'all identify it as well. But because y'all want to enable a narrative, and maybe your favorite fighter is a potential opponent to Teofimo Lopez, and maybe your favorite fighter was Devin Haney, and maybe your favorite fighter was a Tank. So it's easy to shit on T.O. You won't give him what you know is right. It's just due to call him a former undisputed. But you won't do it, even though that you know he got fucked over. But if we can identify that he got fucked over, then all eyes, we know who's the champion. We know who's undisputed. We always complain about the business of boxing. We always complain about what these boxing powers that be, they don't do, what they don't give us. But yet, you give them power when it caters your narrative. When it caters to your argument, you cater to the politics and you cater to the corruption. When it caters to your argument. We all grown men out here. The analytics says that, for example, my analytics says most of my viewers are 25 and 50. Most of my viewers. So nobody is kids out here. Kids don't watch my channel. Young adults in their 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 don't watch the channel like that. We're all grown men out here. Most of us got kids. So most of us are granddads out here. And you are going to take that moment away from them just for an argument, just for a debate. I'm not going to allow that, y'all. Shame on those who did that. Shame on those who did that. and continuously doing. He said Tio was done. He's not beating Taylor. Hell nah, he can't be undisputed when a motherfucker got a real belt. If you was in that position, seen and unseen boxing, you'll be undisputed in my eyes, brother. I identify the truth. You want to identify the fake. You identify the fuckery, but you won't. But you will give it power. You identify the fuckery, but you will give it power too. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. You think you're doing you think you're doing a good service if there's a champion out there? You think I was going to give the same respect at that time to Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez? Those were the young guys that had a strap. You think I look at Devin the same way that I look at Shakur when Shakur won his vacant title? When Teofimo Lopez beat Richard Comey? You're going to compare Tio and Shakur to Devin Haney when he won it and never blood, sweat, and tears didn't fight for it? And you're going to think I'm going to call all three of them a champion? No. At that time, Shakur and Tio was real champions, earned champions, fought for it, blood, sweat, and tears, had a training camp, left their family to accomplish those goals. I'm just talking about that time. Now, Devin Haney has earned to be called the champion. But around that time, all he was a belt holder. All he was a belt holder. Everybody else know it. You know it and I know it. But like Tio, you enable the bullshit. Devin Haney is the real undisputed. Yes, he is. He is the real undisputed. He's the undisputed. That's what this live is all about. That's why I'm looking at the chat right now. People are saying real undisputed. He was never undisputed. I want Top Rank. I want ESPN. I want their personnel to look at the chat. Tell them folks what you did to your own fighter. Tell them. I don't mind people even saying that he's not undisputed. Write it down. I'm gonna tell you something about this. I'm gonna tell you something about this community. The boxing community is very, very small. The boxing community, I'm gonna tell you like this. Everybody is looking. Fighters look at the content. It don't matter how big, how small your channel is. Boxing personnels look at these videos. They looking out right now. Right now, they're tuning in right now. There's a representative of whether it's a family member or maybe of Tio, of Devin Haney, ESPN, a Top Rank representative. They all look at these channels and lives. Trust me, I know for a fact. I'm not telling you feelings, folks. I know for a fact they're looking. So go ahead, say it. Because in the end of the day, when y'all say that he's not undisputed, the blood lands on them. Y'all lied to the man. Y'all lied to the world. And now, Tio, oh, he's looking like he got a problem. Oh, man, Tio. What's wrong with Tio, yo? Yo, he bugging out. You remember when y'all remember Dave Chappelle? Remember when Dave Chappelle had that interview a long time ago? And he said, the people is not going crazy. Y'all remember this? Think about this. And I know that a lot of people respected Dave Chappelle when he said this. When Dave Chappelle said, in reference to Martin Lawrence and Myra Carey, remember he had that interview? And he said, people are calling these people crazy. They call him Martin crazy. He said, what makes a woman get naked on TRL? He said, what makes Martin Lawrence wave a gun in the street saying they're trying to kill me? And Dave Chappelle was saying, They're not crazy. Maybe, in paraphrasing, maybe Hollywood is the dirtiest place to be. Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember that interview with Dave Chappelle? Maybe the environment is sick. That's what he said. Maybe they're not crazy. Maybe Tio is not crazy. Maybe Tio is not what you seem. He's got mental problems. Maybe the industry is sick. So his frustration is because the industry is sick. And he cares so much about his legacy that he's seen his legacy being tarnished. If everything that you put in, everything, your work ethic, everything you dedicated your life, legacy is really all you got. Legacy is what you work for. Legacy is what you leave behind. And this is a fighter that pride himself. Not all fighters like Teofimo Lopez pride themselves off legacy. Teofimo Lopez pride himself on legacy reigning supreme. And he's seen his legacy be tarnished by his own. He's seen his legacy be tarnished by so-called hardcore boxing fan that's seen his legacy try to be tarnished, and you give in to the politics. You give in. Instead of holding him down, you give in to them. You give in to the politics, y'all. You abandon Teofimo Lopez for the corruption and the politics of the boxing, of boxing. The power plays in the sport of boxing. Y la ofrenda. Kevin Effect in the building. Kevin Effect in the building. What's good, Kevin Effect? What's good, brother? Aquí trabajando. Estamos trabajando today. Estamos trabajando. Damn, nah. That's not a good parking. Is that a good parking? Nah, that's not a good parking. I mean, no, New York City, man. Always hard looking for parking. Always hard looking for parking. Gastando gasolina aquí, mi hermano. Gastando gasolina. Bloodshed with these fights. Bloodshed with these fights. Life on the line. As a consumer, fighters, trainers, we need a voice on concern. Yes, sir. The industry is corrupt. And then when Teofimo Lopez says it, yo, Orisha, when Teofimo Lopez says it, they say that he's mental. But the thing is, they saying that he's mental, that he's going crazy, that he's hating on these guys. Man, Teofimo Lopez is getting played, bro. And y'all letting him get disrespected. Look who he's fighting, bro. And y'all still with disrespect Tio. He's letting y'all know, bro, I'm that guy. He the one that promoted himself that way. These guys are fake. I fight for legacy. The man don't even have 20 fights. He never had he never what you call it? Had co-signers. Tell him that he's gonna be the next this and next that. He never had a padded resume. Going to Mexico to have 15 or 17 wins, fight a bunch of losers, and knock him out. This man in 15 fights became world champion by knocking out a champion. Nah, he didn't get his first title or vacancy like many. He got his first title beating a champion. Beating a champion. And right now, once again, Teofimo Lopez is risking it all, fighting the top dog in 140. Fighting the top dog in 140. And some of y'all still won't give this kid the benefit of the doubt. You guys are not boxing fans. Is the reason why Now we saying and debating whether a guy that really never proved anything, that he's the face of boxing. Is the reason why belts are watered down. You let that happen, fans. You let the biggest fight in the sport of boxing be two guys that was fighting for nothing. You guys let that happen. Oh, what happened to J-Lo? Oh, what happened? You guys rather support fighters that don't give a shit about legacy. Y'all rather pay and respect the fight when they're not fighting for shit. And y'all rather make fun when even Triller fucked them over. Everybody has fucked over Teofimo Lopez in the industry of boxing. Everybody from belt federations to promotional company to networks, they all fucked him over. From even his pay, they fucked him over. If you don't fight Vasily Lomachenko, it's a take it or leave it deal, or we're going to pay Felix Verdejo. Take it or leave it, T.O. Take it or leave it. Now you're going to get paid this. What? To fight Vasily Lomachenko? Teofimo Lopez told the whole world, I came out of that fight $500K. I don't want to hear nobody in this community ever tell me I want fighters to fight like it was back in the days. Because what it does, what the fuck that shit does? Does that make you the face of boxing? Huh? Does that grant you the face of boxing? Or you're going to make fun of him because the man knows his value? You ain't worth that much. You ain't the A-side T.O. Tank is. Let's not forget that Teofimo Lopez did Tank's dirty work by fighting Vasily Lomachenko. Y'all forgot that too, right? But what about the tournament? What about the tournament of the WBC? Guess what? He went the harder route. He went to the IBF and fought Nakatani, then had to fight Richard Comey, be the champion to get Vasily Lomachenko. What happened to the tournament? What happened to the tournament? What the fuck you mean what happened to the tournament? He went through the IBF that was harder than the tournament. He had to be the champion, become a champion to fight Vasily Lomachenko. Cocksuckers. Give me a second. Teal was the youngest lightweight undisputed. Facts. 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 If T.O. Rapstar said if T.O. beats Taylor, he can talk all the ish he wants. Man, he's still gonna get overlooked, Rapstar. He's still gonna get treated like shit. He's still gonna get treated like shit. He beats Josh Taylor. I want Teofimo Lopez not to give a F about nothing. Worried about yourself in your pockets. This industry don't respect you, T.O. This industry already F'd you, T.O. Don't give a F. Just beat Josh Taylor. Do it for yourself because we all know they're not going to give you the credit. We all know who's the true undisputed, and that's Josh Taylor. He just vacating belts. We all know what it is. Beating Vasily Lomachenko at that time and beating Josh Taylor is an equivalent of becoming a 2-division undisputed champion. The sport of boxing and the politics have taken that away from you. Not necessarily for 140 because Josh Taylor that was his belts and he vacated the belts. But if Josh Taylor never vacates the belts and he's held in all his straps, and the WBC never gave a WBC franchise Teofimo Lopez would have beaten Vasily Lomachenko for undisputed, and he'd be fighting Josh Taylor for undisputed. And if he beats Josh Taylor without the politics and the fuckery in the sport of boxing, that's an equivalent of going back to back, 2 times, 2 division, undisputed. And with that, in my eyes, your first ballot Hall of Famer. If Teofimo Lopez beat Josh Taylor, he's a Hall of Famer. The WBC don't have Teo's back anymore, or is it just Top Rank that's flipping it back and forth? It's right here. Look at it for yourself. Yo, Kevin Effect, look at it for yourself. Look at it for yourself. The Belt Federation, this was the WBO. The WBO, this is his belt. This is the WBO belt. Look what it says on the WBO belt. What does it say there on the WBO belt? This is his belt. He has all his belts in the table. If y'all want to go check it out, then he still got it in his IG story. The takeover became undisputed October 17th. So the WBO understood that he was undisputed. I spoke to Paco. He told me personally Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. That's his WBO strap. Top Rank ESPN. This was 2022. This was 2022. This was last year when they posted that shit on one of their televised fights. I think they televised this in the Lomachenko fight that I took. I think it was undisputed champion since 1988. Bernard Hopkins, Jermaine Taylor, Terrence Crawford, Alexander Usyk, Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor, Canelo Alvarez, George Camboso, Jamel Charlo. In the press release, Top Rank ESPN press release for Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko, it reads, Teo of boxing pound for pound. Two of boxing's pound for pound best will battle for lightweight supremacy as Devin the Dream Haney defends his undisputed crown against Ukraine's 3-division world champion Vasily Lomachenko on Saturday, May 20th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Devin the Dream Haney defends his undisputed crown. There's the press release for Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor. And it reads, Josh Taylor, the Taunton Tornado, is the former undisputed junior welterweight champion, having collected all 4 major titles in a remarkable 4-fight run that includes wins over Ivan Barichek, Regis Prograis, and Jose Ramirez. And in the same release, Lopez is the former unified. It doesn't say Lopez is the former undisputed. They played their own. They played Teofimo Lopez. And this is why he feels highly disrespected leading up to the Josh Taylor fight. Because now look at the way they're marketing him. He's no longer, in their eyes, the undisputed that they market him as. Now is the former unified and lineal lightweight champion of the world. In December, he captured the IBF title with an explosive second-round knockout of Richard Comey. The following October, he beat pound for pound King Vasily Lomachenko to win the WBA, WBO, WBC franchise title. Now he's a former unified title for Top Rank at ESPN. He's got played by everybody, bro. So don't get mad when Teofimo Lopez unleashes his frustration. He got a lot of frustration, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. He got a lot of frustrations. He's getting played by the industry. He's gotten played. I give him the benefit of the doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought that my last interview with Teofimo Lopez was, how you say it? What's the word? I think it starts with an S or a C. What's the word I'm looking for? Rap Star said they flip-flop. Teofimo. Yeah, they did, bro. Yo, Rap Star. That's like Rap Star. That's like your wifey telling you that the kid. I'm finding out that when you take a DNA, that the kid is not yours. Your own wife played you. That's like a girl telling the husband that our son is not yours. That's what Brink just did. You played him, bro. Why you think he? Why you now? I understand why he didn't want to show up on Newark, New Jersey to promote the fight with Josh Taylor. And then to top it off, folks, they stick Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez in a little theater. All the expense of Devin Haney, too. They give Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko pay-per-view, something that Teo wanted that they never gave him. Teo wanted a rematch clause that never gave him. Teo wanted more money that never gave him. They fighting in the MGM Grand pay-per-view, and Teofimo Lopez is fighting in the Hulu Theater versus Josh Taylor, the Undisputed, and ESPN Plus. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, and wow. Facts, Daniel. Facts. That's it. That's why I said, man, don't risk your life for the industry anymore, Tio. Don't do it. Don't do it. I can understand his frustration. The more that you see, I think that if you put your whether you're not a fan of his, but if you put that feeling aside, if you just humble yourself, in the end of the day, y'all gotta remember the reason why he took that shit the purse bid is because they wasn't trying to give him the type of money to fight George Cambosa in the first place. Why you think he took the purse bid? This man been fighting for his value, bro. They say high risk, no high risk, high reward, right? That's what they say. Well, Teofimo Lopez had the high risk, high reward, was an underdog, and then they didn't want to pay him to fight George Camboso. That's why he took the purse bid. So a lot of you dudes are right now saying, well, Teofimo Lopez need to shut up. All he needs to do is beat Josh Taylor, and a win will do it all. A win sacrifice. Satisfy everything. Nah, bro. He already won the big one. And he ain't got shit. He won the big one already. And they treated him like shit. You think it's going to do something with Josh Taylor? Ain't going to do nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, in the sport of boxing, the thing is what they do to these boxers is they don't want you to know your value. Why you think most of these fighters, they go to PBC, they go to Al Heyman, they love Al Heyman because Al Heyman paid them what they feel like it was their value. What about when Mikey Garcia had to fight for his value? Why you think that Oscar De La Hoya was trying to fight for his value and knew that he needed more? Why you think that Floyd Mayweather said what he needed to say because he was fighting for his value? In the sport of boxing, they want you to be the best, but being the best, they like vulnerable fighters. Just like weak men love vulnerable bitches. That's boxing. Boxing managers, promoters love high quality fighters, but they want them vulnerable. They never want a fighter to truly know his value. That's why weak men likes to get girls that are coming out of relationships, that are vulnerable, weak, because they know how to take advantage of them. But yet, take all the best of them. That's why they get fighters from the Philippines and third world countries. Risk their life for chump change, and they make a fortune out of them. I'm one of the fighters. I'm one of the channels that fight for fighters. Is the reason I was the channel the only media personnel, the only channel in the world of boxing that says Amanda Serrano pull out from that fight. How dare they put you as a co-main to Povetkin and Dillian White to fight in the backyard of Eddie Hearn? That fight is a Madison Square Garden, one of the biggest fights in the sport of boxing. And anybody was following my channel, I told y'all, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor is one of the biggest fights in the sport of boxing. And ladies and gentlemen, they sold out the Garden. They sold out Madison Square Garden. They got $1 million a piece. How much you think the powers that be made? How much you think they made off these ladies that was only asking for 7 figures? Remember, I had Amanda Serrano on my channel, and I said, you a 7-figure fighter. I mean, I could do good for 500,000. She didn't even think at the time. Before Jake Paul ever came into her life, it was Punch Drunk Boxing. It was Punch Drunk Boxing that says that she's a 7-figure fighter. I don't even think that she knew that she was a 7-figure fighter. 250, 500K, that was enough. No woman was making $1 million. I said that she was a 7-figure fighter. I said pay them both. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. He said, why y'all keep lying on Tio? That's what his people are doing. That's what the industry has done to him. Love y'all. Tomorrow we back at it. 6:30 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, around there. I'll post it in the community box. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.